Now, when you think about safety net programs, you think of mainly poor people, right? I mean, welfare, food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, right? That's generally, oh, poor people get welfare. That's generally the thought from it, right?
No, I think of corporations that exploit our
You're
resources and wreck our environment and pay no costs and get tax breaks. That's what I think of.
Well, you would be correct, sir, because that's exactly what's going on. Because it turns out that rich people are cashing in on welfare. Now, according to government numbers, the entire 2017 safety net is about $850 billion. Now, some people be like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. Well, how about you compare that to the $1.5 trillion in tax expenditures, most of which that benefit the richest Americans? Now, I have a list of some of the ways that the very, very rich are gaming the system. Obviously, we have tax policy that allows them to have the lowest effective rate in than most of the country. Now, in 2016, the average 1% household increased its wealth by about $3 million. So they're doing pretty good. How do they do that? A lot of stock gains, right? Where they have lower tax rates. Now, they also took advantage of lots of subsidies. And then, of course, when all forms of taxes and income and capital gains have been considered, the richest 1% pay a lower tax rate than the poorest 20% of Americans. So that's just how they game the tax system. That doesn't say anything about all the other shit that they get. But let's just talk about this, right, for a second. So the 1% pay the lowest tax rates or lower tax rates than the poorest 20% of Americans. How the hell does that happen? We know how that happens. It's money. When you have corporations that and wealthy business owners and just wealthy people that want to see their taxes go down, well, they go and buy our politicians. I mean, that's a pretty easy run, right? So now let's go to more welfare. Now, a recent Brookings report estimated that the lowest quintile Americans born in the 1960 will receive only 78% of their lifetime Medicare benefits received by the top income quintile, since they live a little bit longer, since they actually have resources. They live longer. They actually collect more benefits than working people who that program is supposed to benefit. Again, sad, right? So it gets worse, though. According to research team of Thomas Piketty, Emmanuel Says, and Gabriel Zuckman, government transfers go mostly to the middle class and elderly. In 2014, the middle class, to 40% of American adults with incomes just below the top 10%, received more in safety net government transfers, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, SNAP, veterans benefits, but excluding Social Security, than the bottom 50% of Americans. So they're also doing well when when compared to people who are in the lowest, the poorest Americans, who are supposed to get the majority of these benefits. And then there's more tax breaks for the rich, mortgage interest deductions, tax subsidies, all that shit. Social Security. Look, the whole point is that people who are wealthier are getting more of the benefits in our system that are supposed to go to people who are poorer who actually need those benefits. That's messed up.
Yeah, I mean, and it goes. I mean, a lot of that can be traced to like trickle down theories and stuff like that, and just people voting against their own interest, and just the corporatocracy working behind closed doors. I mean, the way our system is set up, that's why it's not just basic capitalism. It's predatory capitalism. It's capitalism in the sense that those at the top get to make rules benefiting them that are grossly unfair, where they don't pay any of the costs of what allows them to do what they do. I mean, even as simple as these oil companies that exploit our resources and wreck our environment. Well, they don't pay any of the cost for the destruction that they do. They don't pay anything when they poison water wells. They don't pay anything for that. They bear none of the consequences. And same with the corporations that can get away without paying living wages, and reduce benefits, and all of these deregulation and laws that are, put under the guise of innovation, put under the guise of free
Right.
market. Well, there's nothing free about it. It's a rigged system. That's not a free market working. That's a rigged system benefiting the corporate elites, and they've bought government to make sure that their bidding is done. And it's under this guise, again, of Reaganomics, of free market, of just basic capitalism. It's not any of that stuff. It's not any of that stuff. It's exploitation. That's what it is.
And of course, they blame a lot of the economic woes because of this economic exploitation of Reaganomics. They blame it on poor people.
Right.
Hey, man, you didn't work hard enough, or you're taking too much of those welfare benefits because you're sitting on your ass. You need to go get a job. You need to go get 2 jobs. Oh, you want to go to school? That's going to cost you, man. You're going to take out those student loans. $30,000 in debt is the average in order to try to get somewhere. Hey, man, you got to pay those back. Oh, you didn't get the job that you want because your wages are stagnant, and there are not enough jobs. We're outsourcing them. Sad day for you. You still have to pay back those loans. You can't even discharge them through bankruptcy. So that's the American system that we're living in right now, where poor people get blamed for being poor, and rich people are taking most of the welfare benefits. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.